Good morning. In this short video, we will see what is an interrupt. Interrupt with respect to embedded system. It is a general concept wherever you go for. We'll see the basic concept here. The details we'll be seeing it in part 2. We will take a real life scenario and we will try to relate it to interrupt an embedded system. Let us suppose say a person works for a company and he is assigned a task to do, like creating a prediction model for corona trend in year 2025, and he does the design and does the coding. Suddenly, the boss asks for a status report. The boss task should be given a higher priority. And what the person or the employee does, he stops his coding, saves the code, and then starts to prepare the status report which the boss asked for. And then he sends it to him. After finishing the boss task, he continues with the coding from where he has left. The above scenario can be related to the interrupts in microcontroller or embedded system. Let's see how. So at time equal to 1, the employee starts to code. Let's say at time equal to 5, it is just an example here. Let's say at time equal to 5, the boss interrupts the employee's work and he is asking him to get the status report. The employee stops his work and then starts to prepare the status report and sends it to his boss. Once he has completed the priority job, he resumes his coding at t equal to 15. So let us see how an interrupt in embedded system works. It is a simple embedded system. It is a while one system wherein you have a main function. There will be a while one, and the code inside the while one will execute continuously. All the statements within the while one will execute continuously. So while the main executes, if there is a software or hardware interrupt, what happens is the execution of the main is stopped. The interrupt service routine gets executed. We say the ISR is being serviced. Once the ISR is completed, the main starts to execute again. So this will help you to understand the interrupt concept, the basic concept. Let's go further and see what is the definition of an interrupt and see what happens or what the microcontroller does when an interrupt occurs. So it's an interrupt in brief. So interrupt is just a signal to the processor emitted by a hardware or software. If it is emitted by hardware, we call it as a hardware interrupt. If it is by a software, we call it as a software interrupt, indicating that an event needs immediate attention. If a hardware, let's say for example, the keyboard is there, it is a hardware. So the keyboard controller wants immediate attention of the CPU. It will generate a signal to the processor. It will interrupt the current execution, and it generates a signal which acts as an interrupt, and the interrupt service routine gets executed. That's an example of a hardware interrupt. So what are the steps or what happens when an interrupt occurs? What are the things the controller does when an interrupt occurs? Let's see them. The controller will complete the execution of the current instruction. It will save the address of the next instruction available in the program counter in stack. It also jumps to the memory location of the interrupt vector table that holds the address of the ISR. Reading the address of the ISR, it executes the code from the ISR. Once the ISR is completed, on executing a return from interrupt instruction, the controller returns to the location where it was interrupted. And the controller gets the program counter value from stack by popping the values and executes from the address. So this is just in brief what an interrupt does and what a controller does when an interrupt occurs. So why do you want to go for an interrupt? To understand this, you should know what is meant by polling, the disadvantage of it. During the early days of computing, the processor had to wait for a signal to process any event. The processor should check every hardware and software program to understand if there is any signal to be processed. This method is time consuming, it takes a number of clock cycles and makes the processor busy. A new mechanism was introduced. The above said examples or scenario is what is called as polling, wherein the processor periodically checks the status of the program or the hardware. But now, in a new mechanism, we call it as an interrupt, wherein the processor does not check for signal, but the hardware or software will send the signal to a processor. The signal alerts the processor with the highest priority and suspends the current activities by saving its present state and the function, and processes the interrupt immediately. This is known as ISR. So the main intention of interrupt is to overcome the drawback what we had in polling. So what next? In the next video, we'll be seeing the different types of interrupts. So the first slide was just a basic of interrupt. The first video is just a basic of the interrupts. In the next video, you will be seeing the different types of interrupts, the different triggering methods, what is the difference between a vectored and non-vectored interrupt, and the interrupt in action. You will see a code explanation with PIC microcontroller in a free IDE, MPLAB IDE, and XE8 compiler. We'll see an example there.